Hi students, today I am going to discuss few important concepts in nuclear physics. Those are nuclear reactions, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Let us start with nuclear reactions. Basically the nuclear reactions can be classified into two types. The first one is exothermic reactions. The second type is endothermic reactions. The exothermic reaction is a process in which heat released. Hi students, today I am going to discuss few important concepts in nuclear physics. Those are nuclear reactions, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Let us start with nuclear reactions. Basically the nuclear reactions can be classified into two types. The first one is exothermic reactions. The second type is endothermic reactions. The exothermic reaction is a process in which heat released. The simple example, when water is condensed to ice, it releases energy. In the process of condensation, it releases energy. This is the simplest example for exothermic system or exothermic process. In the same way, if ice is converting into water, that is endothermic. Heat absorption takes place. Here also, we are taking one example. Some X plus Y reactants gives us A plus B products. In this case, the total mass of reactants minus the total mass of products. If it is positive, in such a case, energy is released. Why? Because M left minus M right. M left minus, this is completely left side of the equation. This is right side of equation. If it is positive, nothing but the left side of equation contains more mass. After products formed, the mass is less. That means some mass is converted into energy. That energy is released in this process. This type of process are called exothermic process. These reactions are exothermic reactions. In the same way, if M left minus M right is negative, M left minus M right is negative, then that is endothermic reactions. In this case, energy is absorbed. Energy is absorbed. The same process can be classified based upon binding energies. If binding energy left minus binding energy is right is positive, that is energy absorbed. That is nothing but this is endothermic reaction. The binding energy left minus binding energy right is if it is negative, if that numerical value is negative, that is energy released, nothing but exothermic reactions. These are the two different types of process generally happening in nuclear reactions. Based upon this concept, let us solve an example problem. That is, they gave one reaction, that is lithium reacts with proton and the product is helium nuclei plus some heat energy is liberated. We have to calculate Q value, and also they gave different masses. If you want to simplify this type of problem, first go to calculate mass difference. Means the total mass left minus the total mass right. The total mass left equals to here 3 lithium 7. The values are given in the problem. The lithium mass given as 7.016 AMU. This is we are substitute here. Less 1H1. The mass of proton is 1.008 AMU given. Minus the total mass of right. Means on the right side we have 2 helium nuclei. That's why 2 times the mass of helium nuclei that is given. 4.004 AMU. The resultant value we got 0.016 after the simplification of this equation. This is positive. I'm already told you that if the mass difference is positive, m left minus m right is positive, then that energy released, that is exothermic reaction. Energy released, that is exothermic reaction. If you want to calculate Q value, just if delta M is in AMU, then the heat energy comes in 931.5 MeV. That's why delta M value is 0.016. We are substitute here into 931.5 MeV. The final result is 14.9 mega electron volts. This much of energy is released. In the given 4 options also, you found one of the option 14.9 MeV released, 14.9 MeV absorbed like that. But you have to put correct option as energy released in this case. Why? Because the delta M, what we have calculated here is positive. We got positive value. This type of problems often asked in NEET orientation. And the next concept is what is nuclear fusion as well as nuclear fission. First, let us discuss nuclear fission. What is nuclear fission? The nuclear fission nothing but the heavier nuclei split into lighter nuclei. The heavier nuclei split into lighter nuclei nothing but whenever the radio disintegration takes place, it releases different particles. In the process of radioactivity, here uranium 92-235, it absorbs 1 neutron and forms 92 uranium-236. As this is unstable nucleus, further it is split into barium, krypton and produce 3 neutrons. This is the basic equation for nuclear fission process. In this fission process, fuse energy is also liberated. That energy is 200 MeV for each fission of 1 uranium nucleus. For 1 uranium nucleus, 200 MeV is liberated. 200 mega electron volt energy is liberated. That is the key concept in this nuclear fission process. Based upon that process, we can discuss like this. The basic reaction can be written as the neutron reacts with 92 uranium 235 and gives us barium. The 3 products are here: barium, krypton and 3 neutrons. Plus that much of energy, 200 MeV energy is liberated in each 92 uranium-235 fission process. Here the process is continuously occurring and this is uncontrolled chain reaction. Uncontrolled chain reaction. Further, the 3 neutrons reacts with another nuclei, uranium nuclei, like this. This is uranium. Neutron is collide the uranium nucleus. 3 neutrons are liberated in one process. 3 neutrons are liberated. Further, these are react with another uranium nuclei. In each stage, it liberates again 3 neutrons. The process is continuously happening. continuously happening. That's why this is called uncontrolled chain reaction. If you can control this chain reaction, we can prepare nuclear reactor. That's why nuclear reactor is sustainable chain reaction, sustainable control chain reaction. Here also, the neutrons means, suppose if you take 10 stages, how many neutrons are liberated? Each stage, we remember each stage, in this stage 200 MeV is released, in this stage 200 MeV released, 200 MeV is released. The process is continuously happening, 200 MeV is released. For the total or whole process, huge amount of energy is released. If you want to calculate the binding energy per nucleon is, means per nucleon how much energy is released? 200 MeV for each fission of 1 uranium-235. It gives us approximately 0.85 MeV in nuclear fission process. The average energy, binding energy per nucleon, nothing but the average binding energy in nuclear fission process is 0.85 MeV. If you take 10 different processes, this can be written as like this. If you take 10 different processes, you can express the relation that number of neutrons liberated is, in the first case 3 neutrons released, you can write 3 power 1, in the next case 3 square, in the next case 3 cube, and so on up to how many? In 10 stages 3 power n, in n stages 3 power n, number of neutrons in 10 stages, 3 power up to 3 power 10. This is the basic mechanism in nuclear fission process. The basic thing is heavier nucleus split into lighter nucleus. The next concept is how nuclear reactor works. This is also based upon nuclear fission process, in which the reaction is controllable. The reaction control nothing but here the chain reaction, whatever you observe, uncontrolled chain reaction, that is controlled by some components. What are the basic components? What are the important components here? You have to keep in mind, that is the first one is, this is a fission chamber in which we are taken fuel rods. Generally fuel rods are uranium or plutonium or thorium, which are radioactive elements, you can take as fuel rods. And another important component is control rods. The control rods purpose is, generally the control rods are cadmium rods, which absorb the neutrons and further slow down the neutron velocity, nothing but kinetic energy. Whenever velocity decreases, kinetic energy decreases. That's why these fuel control rods useful to control the kinetic energy, to reduce the kinetic energy of neutrons, fast moving neutrons. If fast moving neutrons decreases or its kinetic energy decreases, obviously the reaction slows down. Here also the same process is taken. These are control rods which are absorbed the neutrons released in this case. And the another important thing is moderator. Moderator slows down the neutron velocity. Means due to some scattering process, generally the moderators are used as heavy water. Heavy water used as a moderator, or graphite. Graphite is used as a moderator. These are slows down the neutron. These are also helpful to reduce the kinetic energy of neutrons. And further important thing is the coolant. The coolant is used as, generally the coolant is air and dry CO2 and CO2. These are gaseous coolants. These are the gaseous coolants, air and CO2 gaseous coolants. or liquid sodium. Liquid sodium is also used as a coolant. The liquid sodium is the best coolant among the all. The basic process in this nuclear reactor is whenever the nuclear fission takes place in the fission chamber, huge amount of energy is released in this chamber. If it is uncontrolled, it acts like a atom bomb. If it is controlled, it is a nuclear reactor. In this case, the total energy is passed through the coolant, and this is get warm. The coolant takes this heat energy through these rods, and if you provide water here, the water starts evaporates. The evaporation and it's converted into steam by taking this huge amount of energy. The steam passes through rods and it is useful to turn turbines. Turbines. Hence, we can produce electrical energy from the nuclear reactor. This is the basic structure of nuclear reactor. In this, we have to remember these three important components. Fuel rods. What are the fuel rods? Uranium, plutonium, or thorium. What is moderator? Heavy water or graphite. What are control rods? Cadmium rods. Coolant. Coolant is air and CO2 is a gaseous coolant, or water or liquid sodium. Generally, these are used as a coolants. You should keep in mind all these four different components. And the next one is that is also regarding nuclear reactor. How nuclear means we can represent the stage of nuclear reactor by using multiplication factor. Multiplication factor. What multiplies here? Neutron number. We are speaking about neutron number. If neutron number is more, the reaction is very fast. If neutron number is less, the reaction is slows down. That is the basic concept for the multiplication factor. Let us see what is multiplication factor. K is representation of multiplication factor denoted by K. The K equals to the basic definition is number of neutrons in present stage by number of neutrons in previous stage. Means with previous we are comparing number of neutrons in present stage. Suppose K equals to 1, then what is the stage of reactor? If K equals to 1, nothing but the number of neutrons in present stage as well as previous stage are equal. Equal nothing but the reaction, we cannot judge whether reaction goes fast or slows down. This way, that is said to be critical. If K less than 1, K less than 1, nothing but number of neutrons in present stage is less. Whenever present stage number of neutrons less compared to previous stage, automatically the reaction slows down. That's why this is called slow reaction. If K equals to 0, in which case the number of neutrons in present stage is 0. If it is 0, then only K is 0. If there are no neutrons, no fission takes place. That's why the reactor in switch off stage. If K greater than 1, means number of neutrons present stage is more. That's why the reaction is obviously fast. If K much greater than 1, means that is uncontrolled. K much greater than 1, nothing but more number of neutrons are liberated, that it is uncontrollable, hence it acts like an atom bomb. That's why the operation of nuclear reactor is also a difficult thing. That's why the entire nuclear reactor is shielded. The entire nuclear reactor is shielded by thick shielding, so as to reduce the effect of radioactivity. And another important concept in nuclear reactor is what is the power of nuclear reactor? Generally, the power equation. What is the power equation? Energy by time. Energy nothing but here. For one fission, the energy is each. How many fissions takes place? Means how many fissions? Nothing but how many uranium nuclei going and undergoing to fission process. That is represented by N. N multiplied by each represent the total energy liberated in the whole process. That's why here number of uranium atoms is capital N into each, that is the total energy, and time is small t. In each process, we can calculate the energy liberated in each process. Why? Because I'm already told you that in each process 200 MeV released. If you convert it into joules, nothing but 200 mega, nothing but 10 power 6, electron volt, nothing but 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules. That is the value of 1 electron volt. If you multiply these numbers, get 3.2 into 10 power minus 11 joules. That is each. Sometimes they give directly moles, number of moles of substance. In such a case, the basic equation, the number of moles, mu is equals to small m by capital M, mass by molecular weight, or number of particles by Avogadro number. This is also equation for number of moles of substance. From this equation, we can calculate the capital N value. What we need here, capital N value. Capital N is equals to number of moles times Avogadro number. If you move Na to the left side, mu times Na, that is capital N. Or if you move for second equation, capital M by small m into Na, that gives capital N value. Capital N nothing but number of fissions. And as well as what is the efficiency of equation. The efficiency of equation is generally wherever you take, the efficiency is equals to P output by P input. This is a basic equation for efficiency. Output by input, efficiency. How much input is given, how much output is taken. Here, if you want to calculate, efficiency is always in percentages. That is P in. Move P into the left side. That gives us P out. Here, the output power is nothing but P electrical power. You produce the electricity. This way, electrical power comes out. In this case, the efficiency eta P input. What is input? The fission process. How much energy liberated? The power is equal to energy by time. The energy is equal to N times the each by time. That is the P input. The second one is P electrical. You can write different equation for P electrical. The basic equation in electricity is P is equal to IV, current into voltage. From based upon this one, the P electrical may be IV. Based upon given problem, the numbers in the given problem, you can select the favorable combination. If you write V is equals to IR from Ohm's law, V is equals to IR, then such a case, I times IR, that is I square R. In the same way, you can write V square by R. The rearrangement of this equation gives us three different forms of power. From this equation, we can calculate the efficiency or output power or input. This is the equation that terms in the efficiency of reactor. Let us move to few examples. Yes. The first one is name the moderator used in the nuclear reactor. As we discussed, the plutonium, thorium, these are fuel rods. They are used as the fuel rods. Why? Because they are radioactive elements. The graphite is used as a moderator. That's why the correct option is C. And the second question, when a uranium isotope 92-235 bombarded with the neutron, the krypton is formed, and again another component, 3 neutrons are given. What is the remaining component? Means we have to study the basic reaction. That is the barium, krypton, and 3 neutrons are formed. This is a basic reaction. They gave 2 values, krypton and neutrons are given. The remaining thing is barium. This is the correct option is 4. Let's move to the next slide. The power obtained in a reactor using uranium-235 disintegrate. The disintegration is 1000 kilowatt, the mass decay per hour approximately equals to. We have to calculate mass. That is the basic reaction. The mass equation is basically E is equals to, the basic relation is E is equals to mc square, or m is equals to E by c square. If you can calculate E value, then obviously you can calculate M value. What is E value? They gave power value P is equals to, what is the power? 1000 kilowatts, 1000 into 10 power 3 watts, or 10 power 6 watts in SI units. 10 power 6 watts. The time is also given. What is the time value here? The time is 1 hour. 1 hour nothing but 3600 seconds. 60 into 60. Now you can calculate the energy value. E equals to PT, and P is equals to E by T. We discussed energy by time gives us power. Energy is equals to P into T. The P value is 10 power 6 into time is 3600 seconds. The remaining equation you get 3.6 into 10 power 9 joules. The value energy terms is in joules. So now you can calculate energy. Then mass equals to, mass m is equals to E by c square. What is E here? 3.6 into 10 power 9 joules by c square, nothing but the c is speed of light. That's why the value is 3 into 10 power 8 whole square. The value is approximately, it is 3 square 9, 9 times 4, 36. That's why the value, the resultant value is 40 micrograms. So given the option is, the second option is correct. This is also based upon the basic concept in nuclear reactors. Let's move to the next concept. This is nuclear fusion. This is quite opposite. Generally, the heavier nucleus split into lighter, that is nuclear fission process. But whereas nuclear fusion is the lighter nuclei combined to form heavier nuclei. The lighter nuclei here, the nuclear fusion process generally you observe stars as well as hydrogen bomb. Stars are in a hydrogen bomb who observe nuclear fusion process. In stars, if you observe, two types of cycles generally occurring every time. The first one is called carbon-nitrogen cycle. The first one is called carbon-nitrogen cycle. In the carbon-nitrogen cycle, the carbon carbon-nitrogen cycle, the carbon reacts with the proton, produces N13, nitrogen 13 plus gamma 13, but some energy is released. Further, the N13 is unstable. That's why further it is decayed into 13 carbon. A positron is released and a neutrino is also released. This is a positron, antiparticle of electron. Again, the 13C reacts with another hydrogen or another proton, produces carbon. This carbon and also energy. This carbon again reacts with proton, produces oxygen 15, O15. As O15 is unstable, further it is decayed into again proton, positron, and also neutrino is released. Again, this 15N reacts with proton, produces again carbon. Start with carbon and with carbon. Carbon cycle is completed. The further product is here helium. The basic thing here is the hydrogen converted into helium. What happening in stars? The hydrogen converted into helium. The hydrogen is in, the helium is out here. This is a basic carbon-nitrogen cycle. Means the key terms here are, if you observe left side of the equations, 1H1, 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 4 hydrogen compounds. Is 4 protons, 4 1H1 gives us What are the products on the right side? The key products here are the positron, two positrons release, as well as neutrinos, two neutrinos release, as well as helium release. Means two He4 and two positrons and two neutrinos plus energy. In this process also huge energy is released. In this process also huge energy is released. The energy is approximately 26.7 MeV. If you calculate binding energy per nucleon in this case, binding energy per nucleon is represented Be by A. The energy is here released 26.7 by A, nothing but nucleons. How many nucleons participate in this reaction? 4 protons. Means by 4, the approximate value is 6.7 MeV. Means if you compare the binding energy per nucleon, nuclear fusion to nuclear fission, the nuclear fusion is very high compared to nuclear fission process. Thus way the hydrogen bomb is very powerful compared to atom bomb. This is a basic cycle of carbon nitrogen. The next one, proton cycle. The next one is proton cycle. This is also generally happening in stars. In proton cycle, generally the one proton and another proton reacts and produces 3 important components. The 1H2 deuterium is formed, neutrino is formed, and another one is neutron is formed. This is neutron. Further, this deuterium reacts with proton and produces 2He3, helium isotope, 2He3, and some amount of energy is released, that is represented by gamma here. In this case, the same process is occurring twice. This is the same process. Here also form 2He3, and these 2He3 and 2He3 combine and reacts and produces again proton and again helium. Proton and again helium. Here is also the final product is helium. The basic reaction is same. The 4 protons initially start here. The 4th 1H1 produces helium. Means in stars generally the hydrogen converted into helium. That is the basic process of fusion. As I said here is also binding energy per nucleon is 6.7 MeV. But you should keep in mind what are the reactions undergoes in this nuclear fusion. Let us see a few examples based upon these concepts. The explosion of atom bomb takes place due to atom bomb, nothing but a nuclear fusion process. It's not a nuclear fusion. It's not a scattering. It's not a thermonic emission. Here the nuclear fusion, lighter nuclei combine to form heavier. Scattering, nothing but exchange of energy or momentum. That is called scattering. Alpha particle scattering, like that. Means where scattering takes place, either exchange of momentum takes place or energy takes place. Thermonic emission, nothing but due to the heat, the photons emission. These 3 are not correct. The correct option is nuclear fusion. The next one is energy generation in stars, mainly due to. In stars, the energy generation is due to the fusion process of lighter nuclei. Here, lighter is one H1, the combined to heavier 2He4. That's why the fusion process is reason the energy liberation delivered from the stars. Coming to the next one, the fast neutrons can easily be slowed down by. Indirectly, they ask about the neutrons are slowed by due to cadmium rods, and absorbed by the cadmium rods, or the basic thing here is moderator. What is moderator here? Graphite is used as a moderator. Heavy water is used as a moderator, or heavy water. In this given 4 options, the second option is correct way because it's passing through the heavy water, and then some scattering takes place inside the water, the neutrons slow down. The next question is the energy released in typical nuclear fission processes. This is fusion, not fusion. This is a fission process. In fission process, the energy liberated is 200 MeV. This is a type II error. Let's move to the next one. Which one of the following nuclear reactions is a source of energy in the sun? Means energy in the sun, nothing but here fusion process takes place. As it is fusion, you have to identify which one is fusion process in the given reactions. In the given reactions, if you observe here yes, if you observe, this is the directly proton-proton cycle. In proton-proton cycle, the final components 2He3, 2He3 combine to form 2Hu4, and again two protons are formed. Again cycle starts. That's why the correct option is second one. In the remaining options, none is correct one. Why? Because here a heavier nuclear form, here a heavier nuclear form, here also heavier one form. The correct option is number 2, option 2.